welcome. I'd like to introduce you to Janie. Janie, she's part of the beginnings of 𝐶 Tampa Bay when we were in the middle of closing down the parish of Transfiguration. She, together with two other ladies who started with a J, and they were known as the three J's, Janie, and Jessie. They were pretty much my left and right hand, because as the church was closing down, I needed help administration-wise, and then the three J's were part of that team that helped me. Now, particularly Janie was one of the ones who felt very strongly called and attracted to the 𝐶 movement. It was through her constant asking me, Father, are you going to say anything, teach us about 𝐶? She saw the little chapel that I had in my rectory. Her mom was my guard. Her mom was the one who helped clean the house at the rectory. So she would come and help, and she saw my home shrine. And once you go into a home shrine and you experience the presence of the Blessed Mother, you're hooked. So she was hooked. And she said, what's going on? What is this? And she kept asking questions. And through her insistence in her desire to know, it was part of the elements that helped me discern, okay, so you want me to teach 𝐶 as a way to respond to the closing of the parish. So she was very instrumental. Her mom. There was other key people like 𝐒𝐿𝐴 who had but in the end, she was one of those signs that helped me discern that. Not only that, but then when we closed down the parish, she did the Covenant of Love in that group of 100 people on October 18, 2019, together with her family. And then she became the diocesan coordinator. First we did the corporation, 𝐶 Tampa Bay Inc. as a corporation, and she was the president of the corporation, and also the leader in regards diocesan-wise of leading the movement of 𝐶 Tampa Bay. So it was myself as spiritual director, she was a president, we had Sheila as the secretary, Jenny as the treasurer. And it started with the four of us in the leadership. Now it's grown, and it will keep growing. Now we have a different structure that we follow of leadership. But she was in the beginning when 𝐶 Tampa Bay didn't even exist. And it was her desire and how the Blessed Mother was calling her and attracting her that we discerned that, okay, 𝐶 Tampa Bay, I guess it's time to bring it to the diocese. So she's key in that. So the knowledge that she has an unlimited, unsatisfied, not satisfied. So it's an unquenchable search and desire to learn more about 𝐶, to live it out, and she has done such in such an exemplary way, to the way that I feel comfortable her giving any talk of all the talks that we have there, because she's done so much research, and not only the research, but she's living it out. So you will have someone who's living out 𝐶 in so many ways, and who was part of it from the beginning and continues to persevere, now being finished. Right now, she is the coordinator of the branch of female, the señoras, the madres, the women's side of 𝐶, with women's group. So, and I think the topic today is the origins. How did home shrines begin in 𝐶, international wise?
Yeah.
So
from the beginning.
Yeah.
I'm gonna be a little bit back from the founding father, and then get to the point where the home shrine was founded as a living part of the movement, because it didn't begin as the beginning of the movement. It began a few years later, and we'll go through that journey. In 45 minutes, I will try to do this 15 minutes.
And by the way, Tom will give one of the talks that he wasn't here earlier, but he will be giving one of the talks later on. When the time comes. Well, God bless you. Enjoy it.
Thank you.
You want to applause? Yes, everybody.
That's a lot of pressure, okay? For that, but like he said, I'm going to be talking about the origins of the home shrine as a living current in the movement. And in 𝐶, we said not everything begins like oh, this happened yesterday. No, the Lord has shown Father Cantonich how this is something important for the movement. Because like I said, the movement began October 18, 1914, but the home shrine that he established, the first one, it didn't happen until 1968. And that's why we are going to go through. And one of the things, Milton Rojas was the one, who put all this together, the teaching part. He was the one that gave us the topics and all of that. And one of the things is, begin from the beginning. How this man, this is Father Cantonich, and he was young, just right after seminary, and this is just an older picture of him in the shrine. And in that, I'm gonna start talking about Father Cantonich was a young seminary from the Palatines. That's where he was a priest. And as a young priest, he was assigned to be a teacher from Latin in Germany in the minor seminary. And they did this and everything was great. And when they said, the first thing that he said, he was I want to teach you and you teach me. It's not like, we're talking about 1900s, at the beginning of 1900s. Whatever the teacher said, it goes. There's no opinion of anybody. And this is what he said. Now we want to work together. I'm going to demand a lot from you, but you can also demand the same from me. That was the first thing that he said to these young seminarians when he started classes. Then this is 1911. I'm gonna throw dates here, and the dates are very important in Schoenstatt. Many of them have very powerful meaning, and we call them milestones. And then in September of 1912, they said, oh, we're gonna move these classes from this minor seminary. I cannot pronounce that word in German. I didn't even write it down. And then we'll move it to Schoenstatt. And when this movement happened, it was a revolution. Basically, that's what happened. It was a complete revolution. We don't want to be there. We're not comfortable here anyway. And the provincial priest said, we have to create a spiritual direction position because we got to help these young men that in seminary. And he chose two different priests. And these two different priests got sick. And then he said, okay, we'll put Father Cantonich in that position. And that's how he was selected to be the spiritual director for the kids. And that happened October of 1912. Now, on October 27 of 1912, that was like basically the first class. The first gathered together with the kids, with the seminary, the kids. And what it says, they said that under the protection of Mary, we want to learn to educate ourselves to become firm, freely, and priestly personalities. That was the first thing he said to them. And that is something that is still now, and this is part of the pre-founding documents. If you Google that, pre-founding documents of Schoenstatt, you will find the document. And it's a document that we still now, in 2023, we use it. And we learn from it. It's a, he said, he talked to the kid because it was like, okay, why are they going to put this young priest? He just is very young as our spiritual director. There was a little bit of rejections for the kids, surprise. And he said, well, I'm surprised too, and I didn't ask to be here. Basically, that's what he tells them. My greatest joy, Father Cantonich will tell them, will be to go and find these men. It's called the Easter lambs. They call it, I don't know if you have heard the expression, the Easter lambs. I will hunt down the so-called Easter lambs. It was his greatest priestly joy. However, one of them came to confession, and the confessional cracked. He wanted to do that. He wants to bring these men that were out there, a woman that haven't confessed in 30 years. He wants to bring them to the church. And that's what he wanted. He didn't want to deal with the younger crowd of the seminarians. He's like, that's something I didn't want to do. But it has to be God's will if I am here right now. And once again, he recalled this one. Under the protection of Mary, we want to learn to educate ourselves to become firm, free, and priestly personalities. We want to learn not only you, but we want to learn from each other. We want to learn not only in theory, but in practice. Want to learn to walking to love by loving. We want to educate ourselves. Self-education is imperative for our life. That was something he just put it in there. And our knowledge, our progress in knowledge must be matched by our progress in a spiritual growth. It has to be hand in hand. It's like we want to be firm personalities. We must learn to act on the basis of firm, clearly organized principles. Time will come when only one thing will help, and it's our principles. And we want to be free personalities. I love this. This is it's one of the documents that I enjoy to read the most. Will be the pre-founded document. It says, God doesn't want galley slaves. He wants free riders. We are fully aware of our dignity and our rights. Talking about 1912, you listen to what we said, and that's it. And of course, in the documents, it will go into more deeply explanation of what he meant on this. First meant of real character, free, not a slave of inordinary drive or by what other people think, priestly, bridge builders between this world and God. We want to place our self-education under Mary's protection, because one of the titles in Schoenstatt for Mary is that she is our educator. That's why in the second grace, one of the three graces, is that the inner transformation. We want to learn to educate ourselves, and for that, my God, give us the blessing. And in here, I just put a few here's in there from the pre-founded document. It's a very short document, but very, I believe, very deeply into what the spirituality is. And that was the first document. And that is called the program. And all his talks, because this was a talk he gave to the kids, and then it was assigned as the pre-founded document of the movement. Now, these are the kids when they found the Marian consecration. It was a sodality, a Marian sodality, which was founded in April 1914. What happened here, in July of 1914, this group of young seminarians asked for Father Cantonese to be given a place for them to meet. They wanted a place of their own, and that's when they were given the chapel, that what we now call the original Triumph in Germany. And then there was nothing, like Father I think explained, it was bare, nothing. It was the tool shed that basically they clean it, they fix it up, they make it on, they put, because it was a little chapel, they put one of the priests gave them the statue of St. Michael, they put the statue of St. Michael. That's all that it was in there. In October 18 of 1914, that's what is our founding day. That's the founding date of the movement. Father Cantonese gave his first talk in the chapel. This is the original chapel. I've never been in Germany. I've been in a few other shrines, but I have never, that's like in my bucket list. That's in my bucket list. And so he gave his first talk in the chapel, and he revealed his plan. He reveals his plans to the kids. He says, he read, let's go back a little bit. In August of 1914, he read an article from this lawyer called Bartolo Longo. And Bartolo Longo basically built a church for the Virgin Mary. Once again, there was not an apparition. He just asked her, come and take over this place. This place was built for you. Come and take over. He said, he had asked the Blessed Mother to take her above in the church. He has built for her honor at Pompeii. He has implored her to work miracles there. And in his prayers were answered. And the miracles were all kinds of miracles. He just said miracles. And when Father Cantonese read this article, it was one of those signs. One of those signs, like Father said, there are signs. God, we said in Father Cantonese used to say one of the words is like the voice of time, the voice of God. God talks in all the aspects of our life, through people, to events. He's talking, and we just have to listen. And basically, Father Cantonese was very aware of what people would tell him, that it will help him to discern the will of God, or the divine providence. Father Cantonese was faced with preparing the boys for the First World War, which has just begun. As he saw the article, he said, okay, we can do the same thing. We can ask the Virgin Mary to take possession of this little chapel that has been given to us. The difference with us will be the Blessed Mary should not work miracles so much in the physical order, but rather miracles of education and inner transformation. Because Johnstown is a movement of transformation, the new man in the new community. One stipulation was made, our human cooperation. Nothing happened in Johnstown if we don't cooperate. It's not asking. I said, well, yes, I ask, but at the same time, we cooperate with her and what we're asking. We become collaborators, instruments in her hands. And through that, we call it, and I think Father Carlos explained, the contributions to the capital of grace. We contribute to the capital of grace, and he magnified all those that we deposit and give to her. And that's where the collaboration is. During these talks, Father Cantonese basically told them to seal the first covenant of love. Basically, this is the first. October 18, 1914, that's when the first covenant of love was sealed in this little chapel. They are not to be the founding generation, the group that I just showed you before. This talk was called the founding document, the first founding document, and the shrine as the place of the covenant has since become the home and source of graces for the entire Schoenstatt movement. And this sentence is Nos comprolepia benedicta Virgo Maria. That's the way he's saluted on that day. And that's something that you will hear us saying, and many times when we gather together as a Schoenstatt family, we'll say Nos comprolepia, and everybody will respond benedicta Virgo Maria.
What does that mean in English?
I should have that.
No,
I know I do. Virgin Mary, bless us with your holy child. Virgin Mary, bless us with your holy child. I learned it in Latin because I said, that I will cover everybody. That's what I said. And in Spanish, people will ask me, and I'm like, Veronica. Veronica will tell me. That's Veronica. Veronica is also part of that group of the Transfiguration. She was also part of that group with me. Listen, this little chapel belongs to our small sodality, which is guided by our Heavenly Mother. We rejoice, and nobody will want to take this joy from us. That's what Father Cantonese said to them. Now, like once again, I took pieces here and there from the founding document. The founding document is also, these documents are not very long, maybe 6 pages, 3 pages, profound. And Father Carlos has the videos when we do the preparation for the covenant of love, where he also talks to that. I didn't bring any of that, and I said, because I said it would be too much. But if you decided, if you Google it, because that's what I do, founding document, Schoenstatt founding document, and it will pop out very easy. It said, would it be possible not for our little sodality chapel to likewise become our tabor on which the glory of Mary will be revealed? And it has revealed. She revealed herself in the little chapels, in original chapels or in the chapels around the sanctuaries, shrines around the world, to distribute her treasures and to work miracles of grace. I would like to make this place a place of pilgrimage, a place of grace of our house and from the whole German province, and perhaps even further afield. He's talking 1914, and he's already thinking what's going to happen from this little chapel and where it is now. All those who come here to pray shall experience the glory of Mary and confess, it is good for us to be here. Here we will build our tents. Here our favorite place. And this is part in the founding document, is a part of the transfiguration. It's in there. Yeah, it's in there. It's part of that. This sodality chapel will become for us the cradle of sanctity. This sanctity will apply gentle forces to our Heavenly Mother and drown her down. And it's all that we offer her, our sacrifices, our capital of grace, the good, the bad, and the ugly. We offer it to her. That's what we said. It has gentle for. We said it's like we go like little kids, and I said, here I am, and we move her mantle. Every time I deposit, I don't have my little. We deposit something. My son. I have 4 kids. My youngest one is the one that has experienced Schoenstatt, because the other ones are grown and already live out of the house. But this one. And like the container, I have my container at home, which this is my home. It has changed, but this is my little base at home. And he's like, every time he said, do not deposit me. And I said, every day. every day. To be able to deal with you, I have to offer you up every day. Every day I have to put you in there. Because she is the one. It tends to her that I have able to deal with you. With your teenage years. He's 17, turning 18 next month. You know how that, I don't know how that. And, but yeah, every time he sees me sitting in front, he's like, don't deposit me, he said. I'm like, well, every day, morning and evening, I'll do that. Okay, when this happened in October 18, 1914, the image was not there. It was only the St. Michael's statue. There was no image. And then on April 2nd of 1950, one of the priests, one of the professors, gave that picture to them. It wasn't, somebody asked me, is this an apparition? No, it's not an apparition. Is this desire? When they asked her, can you dwell here in this chapel with us? It wasn't an apparition. It's just the desire. It's like I said, somebody, one of the girls last night, I said, the desire for you to bring her home. Because in my home, she was always present. Like my mom, my mom is very Marian all their life. But it was not my thing. I always said, it's my mother's thing. I used to tell people, Mary is my mother's thing. It was until Schoenstatt, there was a lady that was very instrumental at the parish, and father, when I saw his home shrine, that she started taking place in my heart. Because she's our mother, but it depends on us if we take her. She's our mother, but it's for us. Do you want to bring her home? And I did. That October 18, in 2019, I brought her home with me, and I made her mine. It was no longer my mother things, now it's our thing. It's us, both of us. And when they saw this picture, they were not really happy. They were like, well, it's like, I don't know what they were expecting because she's beautiful. But then with time, it took a place in their heart that they, yes, this is the one. This is the image we want. And now, this is the original shrine. This is Schoenstatt, the original shrine in Germany. This is a small, intimate, sacred place with the holy picture of the Mother Thrice Admiral of Schoenstatt, Mother of the Redeemer, Mother of the Faithful, and Mother of the Church. And it has a beautiful wood carved altar. And I have a picture, I think it's in the social hall of one of the shrines. And it's similar, I mean, resembled to what Father has in here, in the rectory. And from there, there is a lot of symbolisms in the shrine, and every symbol has a meaning. Inside the shrine, I don't think I have a picture inside the shrine, but every symbol has a very important meaning for us as a family. And then when we have our own home shrine, we said that we conquer every symbol in the shrine. It's not simply to put things together for putting it together. No, like by the time this whole process for me, the closing of Transfiguration, was basically how I conquer my picture, the picture of her, to bring her home, all the capital of grace that I deposited in these 3 months of preparation and journey from the moment we learned the parish was closing to the moment of the covenant. And every symbol that is in my home I have worked for it. Basically, I have worked for it through capital of grace, and I have conquered it for a certain reason. Like my picture has a crown, and I crowned her during COVID because as a family, the Schoenstatt family, we crowned her as the queen of the mental and physical health. And basically, we were like asking her, protect us. And she did. I was the only one got sick with COVID in my house. And it was very mild. I mean, it works. Those words. Now, in the shrine, all the shrine, call it the original shrine, the filial or daughter shrine, there are 3 graces. And the 3 graces, 1, the spiritual home, the inner spiritual transformation, and the apostolic fruitfulness. Every time you go to a shrine, you will feel this, especially the feeling at home, because you get to visit your mom when you get to this shrine. Now, Schoenstatt was founded 1914, the original shrine in Germany. It was the only one for almost 30 years. For almost 30 years, that was the only one we have as a movement. Now, in 1943, there was one shrine built outside Germany, and that was in Uruguay. And what happened is, this is Father Anthony. The sisters start traveling in mission. Africa, South America, United States, they start moving. They start moving to basically promote Schoenstatt, for people to get to know. And he sent these younger sisters to Uruguay. And basically he said, let's see what your young hearts will do. They started explaining Schoenstatt and trying, but there was like, people didn't get it, really, because there was no shrine, there was no something tangible. They can see what they were trying to tell them. It says, and in that time, stuck in 1943, there was the Second World War II. Father Anthony was in that house. He was a prisoner in that house. these sisters couldn't ask nobody. They couldn't ask anybody in Schoenstatt in Germany because there was no way to communicate with anybody. And they couldn't talk to Father Cantonese to ask permission to build this shrine. And they just said, okay, we're gonna do it. And they did it. They built, nobody knew about it. Father Cantonese learned about it like a year later. That's when he learned. He said, and they blessed, this shrine was blessed October 18, 1943. And after this shrine was blessed, then gradually Schoenstatt shrines of various kinds, all sharing the same graces, and the life stream from the original shrine start popping all over the world. That was just the beginning. And this new current, the sister-daughter shrine, was something that really, not many people like it. How are you gonna duplicate the original shrine? How are you gonna duplicate the graces? That's impossible. We need to ask Father Cantonese and all this. And the sisters sent Father Cantonese a report, which got to that house, clandestinely. There is a little book also of prayers, of his prayers, that he will send the prayers out. And they said in his vestments, he will put the little papers. And that's how they were able to take things out. And the prayers that now is a book, is called the Heavenward book. And this report was sent, and he finally learned, and they are telling Father Cantonese in this report that people are coming to this shrine. And he's like, okay, I guess this can be duplicated. And in that house, he's talking with other priests about Schoenstatt. But the priests don't really feel the connection, because how can this be any good if it's in Germany? A country that have us in a jail, in a concentration camp. How good it could be. But when the news came about what's happening in Uruguay with this shrine, what the sisters were doing, that it was already blessed by the church, and he tells them to the other priests. He says that in 1944, the priests that were prisoners with him did the covenant of love. They sealed the covenant of love, because now they could see that this was working somewhere else. It was not that rejection for the situations that they were living in. Now, there are only, it said, Father Cantonese says, we are only in a small group, referring to the priests. We are only in a small group then, but with each passing year into your glory, we expanded to other noble nations who live closer together within us here. And he said closer together is because we believe that all these shrines are connected. They are a network. And all these networks, doesn't matter where the shrine is connected to the original shrine in Germany. And the same with the home shrines. All of them are connected together because of the graces. Here in United, there is more than 220 daughter shrines right now around the world. And here in the United States, we have 10 of them. We have 3 of them in Wisconsin, the Waukesha, Milwaukee, Madison. The founder shrine is in Madison. Then the closest one to us in Homestead, Florida. We have some in New York. We have like 3 of them in Texas. There is one in Nebraska, Minnesota. Okay, now we're gonna begin now with the historical part about the home shrine itself. And like everything in Schoenstatt is a living current. Everything happened through a living current. What is the necessity of the family? What is the family asking? What is this desire that the family has? In 1945 to 1949, it was the post-war in Germany. There were signs of the content of the home shrine slowly unfolding. It was something it was not concrete, but there was like things here and there that was telling Father, this is something is coming. A new beginning from the Schoenstatt movement in Germany was the Schoenstatt family work. In Schoenstatt, we are educated, formed according to a lifestyle. If you are married, you are formed as a married couple, family. If you are like me, I'm a mom, I'm in the mother's branch. We have the youth, we have the men, and all that. That's how it is. And right now in Schoenstatt, we don't have all that structure because we are beginning. But it's forming. All these groups are forming for us to be formed according to our lifestyle. And he said, in 1945, Father John Tick, he was the one, like Father Carlos, the one that basically was helping to work with the families and form the Schoenstatt family works. The idea was that working to create islands of Catholic marriage around the world, in Germany, right there where they were working basically, that these families were islands in Germany, of Schoenstatt Islands in Germany. And May 23, 1948, on the date of the Trinity Sunday, the League of the Families were founded, which means this group of people worked together during a certain amount of years and form this branch league. And at that time, Father Kentenich was in Brazil, in Santa Maria, Brazil, which is also very important for the movement. And that is because from there comes the Pilgrim Mother, the Pilgrim Mother Apostolate. Is that Father Kentenich wrote a letter to Father Tick for him to tell these families. It says, therefore we unite and beg and petition with great favor a new and effective miracle of transformation. This is the key. Take the picture of the Blessed Mother with you and enshrine it in your homes. Then they in turn will become little shrines where the venerable picture will prove to be a source of grace, create a holy family atmosphere, and form holy family members. Enshrine your picture, bring it home, and give her a place of honor in your house. Is basically what Father Kentenich tells these families in a letter that they received in 1948, April 15 of 1948. That's when the letter was dated. The concept of the home shrine was start taking form. It said, would it be possible? Why wouldn't she take a residence and erect her thrones in the house of families? That was a completely new idea, that whatever was happening in the shrine was going to happen in your home. It's like, would that be possible? Was the questions of many people. Would that be possible? That the same graces that you received will be in your house. This picture over here, that was my home shrine. When we renovate my house, I have to bring everything into my room, in the corner of my room. And that's what it ended up. And it came out, it was really nice to have it in my room, but it was my room, my office, because I work from home. It was like, we gotta finish this project soon. I know how you feel. It's like, I gotta finish this project soon because it was a little bit too much. But I have her with me while I was working. Father spoke to the couples in 1950 in Germany, and he said, in a strength of the covenant, I think that's what no, this one, sorry. In the strength of the covenant, our families should represent a church in miniature. We believe that in these times, everything depends on the growth and transformation of our families into miracle churches, domestic churches. Our family life should be a living shrine of the Mother 𝐇𝐴. Sooner or later, our attachments to the shrine will become evidence in our families. The shrine is built of dead walls, but we are living stones. All the symbols of the shrine should come to life in my shrine, in my family. Doing the research and the reading and all that, watching videos to do this presentation, my son, I said to him, listen, what is your symbol in the shrine? Select, what is it? And he looked at the shrine, he looked at me, he's like, why? And I said, just answer. The question was the symbol, and he said, 𝐒𝐿 the Archangel. And I said, 𝐒𝐿 the Archangel. And I said, why? Because he's defender of the truth. That's what he said to me. And inside, I just went quiet. I said, oh Lord, just what truth is he going to defend? That was my prayer. It continued when I told sister, she's like, because she knows him. And then she's like, oh, okay. What is in his mind on that answer? I don't know. What's in his heart? I don't know. But I prayed about it. And I said, what truth will he defend? But the idea is that each one of us select a symbol, and you could explain why you are that symbol. And that's why it will become a living shrine. For me, and like I said, this is something that just came out during this month, me preparing and doing this. It's like, it will be Mary and the, Mary and the, Unity Cross. Mary in the Unity Cross, because in the Unity Cross, she is at the foot of the cross with the size of Jesus, and she has the cup. and by the heart, the name of my home shrine is the pierced heart of the Father. I mean, my symbols in my shrine relate a lot with my heart, my desires of my heart and desires of the heart of my family. And I said, I'm the heart of the family. And I just, all this thinking of what symbol is, it's like, well, I'm the heart of my family. I'm the one that support my kids. I'm a single mom. I'm the one that has been with them right there in the good, the bad, and the ugly. And when the ugly is that's where you have to be more close to your children in their sufferings and whatever they have to deal with. And I said, I am the one that has sustained my children, because some of my older ones, unfortunately, they are not in the faith. But it's like, by example, how they can see the transformation during these 3 years that I have taken Mary in my house and in my heart. And that's why I said, okay, yes, the Mary at the foot of the cross, and the Unity Cross, which is a symbol in our home shrine, because I'm there at the foot of the cross when they go through these crosses that we all have in life. But in my case, my children, my 4 kids, I have 4 kids, between 30 to 17, that's the age range on my kid. But it was like, this presentation has been to me a source of growing, and also going to more deeply into the spirituality to be able to learn more and more about it. This family works that was happening in Germany, it was like, and I'm glad it is. It's like people, the other countries start hearing what's happening in Germany, what's happening with the family works and all that they want to do the same. If it's working for them, it's helping the families in Germany, why don't we do it here? Why? And this what happened in Argentina. And there was this young priest called Father Carlos Boscamp, and I think Father Carlos is named after him. I have to ask him that. Because this priest was also in Puerto Rico. He was moved he lived in Puerto Rico too when they were beginning. That's why I think has something to do. And they said in Argentina there was this family, immigrants from Germany, that they started working with this priest. And they were the ones that helped that this movement and the family work to start working in Argentina. And there is a tradition in Germany, I don't know now, but back then, where the families will have a crucifix in their living room, and they will call it the Lord God's corner. And that was placed in a specific place in the house, basically in the main room, where everybody could see it. But when it got to Argentina, and with the help of Father Carlos Boscamp, they start also not only putting the crucifix, also they put the image of the Mother Teresa Admiral of Schoenstatt and something else. They will call it the Schoenstatt corner. That's how they call it in Argentina. That's where everything begins, in Argentina. And then when Father Carlos was transferred from Argentina to New York, what this family did was they created a book with pictures of all these Schoenstatt corners that he has blessed through the years. They created a book for them to take it with him to the United States. And when he came to the United States, he showed this book to Father Kentonit. I said, this is what's happening in Argentina. It's coming natural. These couples will get married, and the first thing they will do, it was the lower corner, the Schoenstatt corner, and I will bless them. It was something, it was no questions if they want to do it, they just did it. It was something, it was happening there. He was moved to United States in the 1950, 64. And when he showed the book, that's not the book, I just got a picture. And he showed it to Father. When Father was in United States, he showed it to Father. He went and visited Father. And Father was in United States until 1965. He was an exile in Milwaukee. He said, in 1964, Father Carlos said, we expect many great things in the Jubilee year, 50th anniversary of the founding of Schoenstatt. One will interest you to share, as well as the MTA. Just as the Dachau years show Father Kentonit the significance of the daughter shrine, so have Milwaukee years show the significance of the home shrine, or the Schoenstatt corner as we know. I will need to let you enclose pictures of what we are talking. And he said to this couple, make yourself into active apostles of this new crusade. He wasn't ready for what he's seen in United States, that this was something was coming because of the signs. In 1952, Father Kentonit was exiled to Milwaukee, and he started giving a spiritual direction to the families in Milwaukee. He used to do the Monday evening talks. He will meet with the families on Mondays. With the families, they will meet, and he will have, and there are books on these talks that are called on Monday evening, speaking to families. And during this time, and the listening of the families and the needs and desires of the families, they said once again, there was one family that started doing the living shrine, and one of the sisters relayed that to Father, and they are like, okay, this family is doing this. They brought the shrine, the Virgin Mary, they enshrine in their house, and all this, they have They are a living shrine. Each one of the kids have a symbol, and the whole family. And then during the years of 1962 and 1963, it will lead to the live stream of the living shrines, beginning the home shrine. The great question was, couldn't we ask the Blessed Mother to really come down into our homes like he did in the shrines? And the answer was yes. Basically, yes. It was like an open door. November 18 of 1963 was the day that he blessed the first home shrine. Then finally, at Monday evening, Father 𝐒𝐿𝐴 spoke the words that came to know of the founding document of the home shrine. He said, what do we mean by home shrine? Many of us have not only dedicated their homes to the Blessed Mother in general, but also offered to her as a living shrine. Now, you must pay careful attention. What I'm about to say is an elementary importance for the future. Everything which holds true for the original shrine and for the daughter shrines also holds true for the home shrines. All the graces in the original shrine are in your home shrine. All the same graces, because you are asking her, what did he call the families? Enshrine her in your home. Bring her home and make your home a shrine. That's what he did in the previous talk. One of the sisters was hesitant. That is always the one that doubts. And once again, did Father really mean what he said, that that's what's going to happen? And Father answered was, yes. Then she said, but if that means the case, Father, the shrines can be endlessly multiplied. Endlessly multiplied. And Father said to her, yes, that is true. And that's what we want. That the shrine, that's our desire. That's why we're here. That the shrines, we are part of that endlessly multiplied. We want many people to receive that grace to have a home shrine, that their home become a shrine. Collectivism can close or destroy all the churches, close or destroy all our shrines, but the home shrines, no one can destroy them. And last and not least, that's the picture of the first shrine that was blessed was blessed in November 18, 1968. And this shrine is in the International Center in Milwaukee, in Waukesha, where the sisters are. They have this. This is the first one that Father blessed in the family. And I know one of the sisters, the family was the one that owns, and like I said, every symbol means something, or in this case, every symbol, every family member has a symbol. In my house, my son said that I am St. Michael the Archangel. That's what he said, and that's what it is. And I gave you, I haven't. I would like us together to pray the prayer I know they gave it to you at the beginning, but to close, to pray together the home shrine prayer.
Thank you.
Oh, you got it. Okay. Yeah. Okay. My room is your shrine, for your words to the glory of the Father. There he transforms my entire being into the Trinity's most beloved shrine, where the sanctuary light constantly burns and the glow of love never dies, where the fire of sacrifice upon sacrifice banishes all selfishness from the heart, where roses adorn the altar and lilies never cease to bloom, where paradise breezes wrath
and raise heart and mind to heaven, where the spirit of the world cannot enter, as in the eternal city of Zion, where peace reigns and happiness lasts, because God's angels keep diligent watch, where Christ rules and is triumphant and leads the whole world to the Father.
Amen. And this little prayer, you find it in the book. Is called Heavenward. Is the little book where we have all the prayers of Father. And that is my home shrine.
Ooh.
That was Christmas. That's why it has a lot of gold and because you can your shrine is a living shrine, and you can change the colors according of the liturgical year. That's why the Jesus baby is right there in there, and it has changed with the years. Now, like the wooden part was not there when I just brought her. That's why that little picture there, and my capital of grace is there, and the little symbol, the picture of Father Anthony is in there. I have. It's called the Father's Corner. That's how I call it. I pray for vocations. I pray for vocations, and in there is Father Anthony's picture there. There is a little card with all the seminarians. There is a card for the Father Carlos card when he became ordained priest and things. But that is something in my heart. In my shrine, I pray for vocations. That's things, very important things for me. Any questions? I know it was a lot of information, and I think I skipped a lot of what I have. And it's like, really?
Can you go back one or two? There was like 3 pictures. I was kind of thinking one more back. There.
Oh,
I
that
just want-
is the one over here. That's when we went to the shrine in Miami. That was the pilgrimage we did during the closing of the Transfiguration. And that was the pictures we took after we were in, after Mass. It was a spiritual, the inner transformation. We were there not knowing what to expect. We were there to surrender a parish.
So you were part of that parish.
Yes,
That's
I was.
surrendered.
Yeah, I was there for 20 years. That was my parish for 20 years. The only parish my kids knew. First, my Andres was baptized, first communion, and all that. Now we belong to the cathedral, which is very close to our house, and that's where my son wanted to go.
So what has actually happened to the physical parish?
Now the Holy Martyrs of Vietnam, they took over. They took over of the parish. It's a Catholic parish. Everything is in Vietnamese.
Oh.
All the services in Vietnamese, but
Oh.
beautiful. They have done
Great.
beautiful renovations to the parish. It's beautiful. I am grateful to see that it's another Catholic parish, because as you know, in many other part of the countries, they have become other churches. They have become apartments and things like that, because the closing of churches. I have to see. I have seen that where my daughter lives in Boston, and it's just graceful that another community is using the building. And that's over here is the day I did my covenant of love with my son. My son used to be an altar server at the parish, and that was the date of October 18, 2019, when I sealed my covenant of love. That's my home screen of my computer. And that's it. Thank you so much for putting up with me. I appreciate it.
Really good job.
Thank you.
Are you coming back here?
Yeah, are we coming back here?
Leave our stuff here?
Yes. Yes.